So then, we've just been having a chat with Helena in our house, and we came across, well, it was actually Helena's coach Sandy tagged her in an Instagram post, which then came onto a pretty cool story about Helena and kind of how she's gone from starting CrossFit to where she is now. So we set up this little creepy cafeteria with a couch and a chair, just because we think it's a cool story and just want to get it across to you guys, and yeah, it's just a good bit of good story to listen to. So this is the replacement for Samantha Briggs.
Hey.
How does it feel stepping in as Sam's replacement?
I feel pretty honoured to be part of the team. Yeah, so when I first kind of got the call, I was quite shocked, but actually feeling quite ready. Been training pretty hard and stuff. So yeah, no, I feel like big shoes to fill, and I'll do my best. Yeah.
Good. So we'll probably start. So this is Helena. You are how old?
30.
30 years old.
30, yeah.
No, I'm not older than you. Am I older than you?
February.
Am I the oldest?
February.
Oh my god.
Are you older?
Yeah, I'm 31.
Oh.
I genuinely thought you were 32.
No, 30.
So I'm the oldest in the team.
We first met Helena 3 or 4 years ago on the Best of British training camp.
Yeah, 3 years ago that would be.
3 years ago on the Best of British training camp down at CrossFit Jolly Sailor, which is Helena's home box.
Falmouth, which is Cornwall, which was like
7 hours away.
Yeah, 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
So 30 years old.
Yep.
What do you do for a job?
I work in a school gym. I do like personal training and a bit of nutrition.
Cool. And then how is like a day to day? Like what do you do day to day? Like how was a typical day pan out?
Well, so I've got a 3-year-old daughter. So my day to day is she's not in school, preschool, or anything like that. So day to day is waking up, making breakfast for my husband, my daughter, family, getting myself and Sarah ready. We have lots of activities, like we go swimming clubs and doing different things for toddlers. Then we go to the box, we train for about an hour and a half, and then we go and have some lunch and do other bits, housework. I'm a proper kind of like work mum, train when I can kind of life, but Sarah's pretty good at coming with me. We train for like an hour and a half. She just plays on a scooter and stuff, and then and then I work 3 days a week, and then in the evenings and stuff I normally do the nutrition then, so I sit down in front of the computer doing plans and programs that way.
Cool.
So training wise, how do things work at the moment? Like what do you kind of follow? What do you do?
So I follow a lot of partly, so I do a bit of JST programming, and then I do what my coach Sandy programs me as well. So it's a little bit of kind of, I think you and Sandy kind of recently have been working together to kind of build up my training a bit more. So I normally follow the class program that all the members do, and then I do normally about half an hour to 45 minutes of extras 3 days a week, 4 days a week. 2 of my sessions up to the last kind of 6-8 weeks, because of distraction, prepping for the games, I actually did mums and bugs classes as well.
Just explain what a mums and bugs class is.
So basically,
what do you do in the class?
Mums and dads even, they come, they bring their kids with them, and Sue, who's Sandy's wife, also coach and owner of Jolly Sailor, she runs the class, and the kids just run about chaos, and we all just try and work out whilst the chaos happens. And it's great, because like everyone's just like chats afterwards, we've all got these kids and stuff, and then like up to like 6 weeks ago, we're all just kind of like chatting and stuff. It's like, can't believe you go to the games. It's so funny, but I love it because it's so sociable, and they're like, and from day one I've been training like that. So and those guys have helped me come into being a mum and getting my confidence to train and be kind of like okay with parenting and stuff like that. So
cool. So what brought us to decide to sit down and do this little interview was Sandy, who's like Helena just said then, is the owner of Jolly Sailor, tagged her in the post about how, basically just like good luck at the games and then just how far she's come. And he'd said in the post, that in 2016 she didn't make the SID team for their box, which I was like, 2016, like, that was only 3 years ago, and I remember competing in 2016 and Jack, you were in the team.
Yeah.
I think that was the third out of the fourth time we did it, and the third time that we'd won it, and that to me didn't feel like that long ago. And Helena was trying to get into their boxes team at that point, and just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I got
So
rejected.
in 2016, like, obviously we've got some videos and everything to show, but like, what could you snatch then?
I remember there was a snatch workout, and I think the heavy bar was 40 kilos, and my coach Sue had to do all the reps because my max lift was like 37, I think 35, 37, something like that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do any snatches at 40 because I'd never done it before, and I remember Sue having to do them all. I was just like, I'm so sorry.
And clean and jerk.
I think it must have been like around like 50 kilos, something like that. It was, yeah, there was 25 kilo thrusters in one of them, and I remember thinking, wow, these are heavy. Yeah.
And like, what, no muscle ups or?
No, but I think in the training camp that you guys came down to, I can't remember, I know it was near that year, I don't know if it was after SID, this qualifier, or before it, but I remember just getting my first ring muscle up then, and I hadn't got bar muscle ups or anything like that, but I had focused solely on just getting a ring muscle up, so I was still on like kipping pull-ups, like sets of like 10 to 15. I couldn't do handstand press-ups without the plate under the bumper. No bar muscle-ups, nothing, no fancy skills. I couldn't walk on my hands or anything like that. Yeah, so I just had the basic movements. Yeah.
So from that point then of not being, obviously probably just like a regular CrossFitter really.
Yeah, just
kind of,
general fitness.
From there until now, like, what would you say are the main things that you focus on in training, or like, what maybe a couple of things that you did that meant that you progressed to where you are now?
Not making the SID team was hurtful, so I was like, my one goal was like, I'm going to make it this next year. I'm going to make the SID team next year. And then I did Battle Britain, I think it was the following February. I went in as a team of 4, or was it a team of 3? No, 3 girls it was, and I pretty much got carried through that because the other 2 girls were quite good. And I remember thinking, I really, really enjoy this. I want to get better. I remember meeting you guys at the training camp and idolising you all and being like, loads of stuff that you taught us on that stuck. It really did. So
give some examples.
So things like gymnastics conditioning stuff, like the hollow rocks, the holds, just really drilling those kind of like negative movements. So I used to practice those negative muscle up movements loads afterwards. And I just kind of like started feeling my body just strengthening up in that way. And then these little kind of milestones I was reaching, I was like hungry for the next one. Because I remember getting that first ring muscle up and it never being always there. It was always kind of like hit or miss. And it wasn't really, I think some of it was fluke, some of it was just like not technique or strength involved. So I remember thinking, I want to walk into the gym and be able to get 1 ring muscle up no matter what, just be able to get in and do it. And then that turned into I want to get 3 muscle ups and I want to get 5 muscle ups. So I'm very kind of like that, and I like to strip things back as well. And Sandy is really good at that as well, not letting you push forward until you're ready. So I kind of, a lot of things I just got really kind of focused into doing well, and and I just remember being that Battle Britain comp and wanting to get into the SID team, wanting to get better, and I was hungry for it then.
You made the SID team the
following
next year.
So
it's probably good timing. Was this the year that you didn't make?
This is the year, I think.
So there was qualifiers in 2016 for SID and thrusters and burpees.
It was thrusters, burpees and rowing, I think.
Right.
I think
I remember it actually.
The thrusters were 25 kilo and I do making them look like 50 kilos.
And this was Helena doing a bit, and this was the reason she didn't make it in the team. Oh, you just
Wind it back a bit.
you paused it when she stopped doing them. There we go. Right, well, she's doing 25k thrusters. That look alright. And then let's try and get the
Burpees are just
burpees.
on, I think.
You think your phone's just died.
Oh, gutted.
no!
We'll put the link.
It's
Is it
there.
that?
No, it's
Oh.
there. Yeah.
Hang on, man. Yeah, go on. I think it was just coming up next. Check out that double hop.
That salmon dance.
Oh, I'm so good at that. I think I was only allowed to do like 4s or 5s because it was so slow. Just get out.
So from made SID 2017, and then like what have you done competition wise since then?
So the comps I've done. So after I did Battle of Britain, I did not Battle of Britain. Wild West Freeze it was that I did. Sorry, Battle of Britain I did as an individual comp because Sally said it's always really good to do an individual comp.
Yeah.
You know, feeling like it, you need to do it. You need to kind of, you know, it's scary, it's exciting, it's everything at once. You need to do it. So I signed up to do Battle of Britain in the first year. That was kind of another sign as well. I remember there being clean and jerks, and the last heavy bar was 70 kilo heavy bar, and I remember thinking, oh god, I don't think I can do this. And I was doing 70 kilo split jerks, and I was like resting like 10-20 seconds ready to pick up another one, and most of the girls around me were like literally push jerking reps, and I was like, I need to get stronger, and I need to get, so this is when I started thinking, okay, so strength is down, I need to get strong, I need to start eating better. I was just doing so much cardio stuff and not eating well that I was like, right, that's the next leg now. And then I did a couple of local comps, which is called like One and All, it's down in Cornwall. I did a few of them. And then I did Battle of Britain the following year, which was last year. And so I finished, I think 18th for the year before, which I was quite kind of happy with. And then I did Battle of Britain again and got 3rd place. And then I did a sanctioned event, which was with Strength and Depth as a team.
FRF Worlds as well.
FRF Worlds and National Champs I did as well. So I have done a few comps, but not overly. I do really just love training, and I just focus on training, and until I'm happy with performance and numbers and stuff, and that's when I sign up for a comp. But then again, it's like family, life, and kind of, you know, time and
Priority.
and I feel like when you do too many comps, it ruins your training.
And that's it's definitely something that we try and tell the guys on the programme. Exactly what we just said is that only enter a comp when you feel like you've got to a point in your training where you're happy to be able to then go on to like a stage and compete. There's a lot of people kind of, they're not happy with where they're at, but then they keep competing and they just get frustrated, and you know, they're entering comps where they say there's ring muscle ups in and they can't really do many of them, and
it's
then
asking for negative feedback.
It's just a bad experience.
No, 100%. And I think if you want to do a comp, you've got a really one that makes you a little bit like kind of pushes your boundaries a little bit, but those sort of comps should only be occasionally to kind of test where you are, go back to do the work, and then be like, right, I think I'm ready for another one now. I'm going to test myself. So I'm a bit, I guess, bit unknown in that way, just because I haven't been out on the floor that much. But
cool. And well, fast forwarding all the way up until this season, you were in our one of our SID teams. With Evie, Mikey, and Sammy. And you'd qualified. Was there individual qualifiers in there? You was high up. Your scores were high up on that leaderboard, I remember.
for
the SID qualifiers. I think went into a team, but you did the same qualifiers
Yes,
as the
yeah,
individuals.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I
And
think I
then-
would have done quite well individually on
yeah, I
that.
think you have done.
Yeah.
And then the Open, you were what in the UK?
I think I finished fifth or sixth.
I thought fifth.
Fifth,
Fifth
fifth
behind Jay, I
maybe.
think.
Yeah.
And then probably this is the next stage.
Yeah.
And obviously I picked Helena because I knew that she was a great athlete. And I think this week, especially me and Jack, when we've been training, we thought,
this wasn't right.
Didn't realise that
Aw,
she
thanks,
was
guys.
this. And Jack's actually got a good little story about yesterday's training session.
So yesterday's workout was 4 rounds of 500 metre row, 400 metre run, and it was like 1-to-1 rest. So when you finish, your partner went. And Steve said, go at a relatively hard pace, we're going like balls out. So I was like, right, okay. I go like maybe 5 seconds faster than the 5k pace on the rower, and then, relatively hard on the run. And then on the first one, Helena's getting off the rower at the same time as me. I'm looking across like, what the fuck is going on?
Same maybe a couple of metres before.
Yeah.
You won't let you
I was like, oh shit. And then, to be honest, for the next 3, she was only like a few seconds behind me again as well. I was like,
She was like, and we weren't rowing slow. Like, the
No.
third set was a 1:42 500.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
That's like the equivalent of me and Steve rowing probably a sub 1:35 pace, really, compared to our 5k.
Yeah. It made me roll at highs. I kept using the same rower and row slower. No, but we had a good week training out here. Tomorrow we move to Madison. We're going checking in this afternoon. Tomorrow we move to Madison, and then the day after is the first event.
Yeah.
We had a good week of training. Dialed in some good synchro stuff. We get some last bits of worm work this afternoon in the warm-up area. Looking forward to 2 days' time.
Yeah, should be good.
See you later.
Catch you soon.
Bye.